Can you describe what music production is? Like what the difference between singer-songwriter and how do you produce?
So a music producer is the mind or the head that take all pieces together and build a song. So there's many aspects of music production. So you have a songwriter, you have a music director, you have a singer, and you have like other kind of things, right? That conform this kind of like huge, massive process, which is build or produce a song. The guy who is above all those pieces working together is a music producer who guide the project to the place that the artist wanna be. So pretty much what I do is, okay, I have an artist. The guy sometimes comes with a song or without a song and just with an idea, and after that, when we have a solid kind of like body of the song, I will start to call different kind of pieces, which is the guys who are going to be playing the instruments for that song. So after that, I record all the instruments. We have ready a pretty much like a final kind of shape of the song. I will have my artist again jumping in to record his or her vocal, and after that, I will be in charge of mix and master that all those instruments and the voices to have the final song to perform in the whole platforms and everything. But pretty much the music producer is the person who handle all the pieces together.
That's a long journey for a song. Oh my goodness. Well, what challenges have you faced in the like? What's your probably like biggest challenge that you faced in the industry like thus far in your career?
Wow.
That's a big question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. It is. The difference between a songwriter and a producer is the songwriter pretty much writes songs, and you can be a singer, right? Who write, your own songs, or you can be just a writer to write songs to another artist, which is like a huge, thing right now. So right now, I'm doing both. Sometimes like I'm just writing songs for people. Sometimes like I sing and write my own songs, and sometimes I do just music production or music producer for other artists, which has their own song or whatever. So right now, the big challenge for me is to have like handle all those different situations, because sometimes it's like as a music producer, you do so much for other artists, but at the time that I want to do like some things for me, it's so hard, you know?
Okay. Because you're still following like the client. Because I think I think
exactly.
that was my biggest struggle is the fact that sometimes, especially when you're hired by someone else to do a project, it's not about you. It's not about your stuff. You don't necessarily get to do your own artistry.
Yeah, totally. So and right now, like the artists right now are so like they have so many styles. If you hear like Justin Bieber, for instance, or if you hear like I don't know, Camila Cabello or whichever artist, right? But they have like so much different styles in their albums, and you need to handle all those styles, right? It's not that normal to find an artist that does just one style of music. So right now we used to get some artists like they perform R&B, they perform a ballad, they rap in their songs. So there's so much creativity in the albums right now for artists. And for me that's another challenge because I need to have I need to be like in that part all the time. Like, hey, I want to write a song like a folk song. Okay, a country song. Okay, that's it.
And then being able to produce that after, because it's a different style of producing as well. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite job or performance?
So I did one time. We did a tour in New York. I was living in Argentina, so we did a couple of countries, and we ended that tour going to New York through 21 days to perform there. And I didn't know where were the places that we're going to be performing. And I remember that the manager told us, hey, you know what, guys? Part of this tour is going to be performing in the Central Park for 10,000 people. and the mayor of New York is gonna be there. It was like, okay. And we knew that in the moment that we were in New York, so I didn't know that before. And the second, so we sang in this on the Central Park. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful afternoon, full of people in the middle of Central Park. Huge stage. The mayor was there, and you called mayor the governor, like
Oh yeah, mayor. Yeah.
yeah, mayor. So so a lot of people were there. The second kind of like show that we did there was on the Times Square garden.
Oh my goodness.
Times Square.
Good
And
gracious.
and we ended that tour performing at the Radio City Hall.
Wow.
That was like one tour, three places, huge places for a singer. I mean, it's like the dream come true.
I was gonna say those are some nice.
Yeah,
Those are some nice
that
spots.
that same night that we performed in Radio City Hall, Tony Bennett was performing and with Lady Gaga. So that same night, that was like, oh my goodness, what am I doing here?
So you just kind of drop the mic. You're like, how did I get here?
Thank God.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
that was one of the best ones. Yeah, for sure. I have a lot, but that was one of the top.
Well, that's a pretty nice one. So that's.
Yeah.
I have. What was it like touring around the world for you? Because you went. Was it mainly in South America, or did you get to do Europe, or was it just South America and the U.S.?
Just the whole Latin America, United States, Central America. We couldn't go to Europe, so I left the band 3 years ago. And so they did, after I left, they did Europe, like a massive tour over there. So that was really good. But I couldn't be there so because I was living here. But yeah, pretty much we did, from United States to the South, everything, like all the countries. Except for the Guyanas, which is a country we didn't go there for the language. They speak pretty much French. Yeah, but but yeah, the rest of the countries we went to, I think almost all of them, and it's so cool because you think that you're speaking the same language, but they are so different. That they're so unique and they're so beautiful, and of course every tour you have something funny to tell and to remember. I don't know. It's such a magic every time that we do a tour, and I met the most beautiful people that I ever met in all those countries. Yeah, beautiful.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, what's next for you? Like, what are you doing now? Like, are you obviously you said you left the band, and because you're living in the United States now, so kind of what are you doing now, and then what do you hope to do after?
Yeah, so I came here. I'm right now working for Saddleback Church. I don't know if you guys know that church. Saddleback Church is a huge church here in South Orange County. And also they have a couple of campuses. So pretty much I'm the vocal producer and also the worship leader for the main campus and also the music director for the Hispanic campus. We have an Hispanic campus there, so I'm kind of like the director of the worship. I'm working right now in that, but also I'm working for several artists in the Christian music and also outside of the Christian kind of market, right? So I'm working like pretty much here and there, some Capitol Records and some other places. I'm really thankful to God that gave me the opportunity to be living from music right now. It's my dream come true. But it's not that only. I'm thinking, dreaming. Right now, I'm working with my next EP, which is gonna have 6 songs. And the first time that I'm doing a solo career. So that's gonna be happening in 2 months. I'm planning to do a bilingual EP album with some kind of like feature artists there. But that's gonna be for the Christian industry. And another project that right now I'm like launching is to have the first pentatonics kind of like thing for the Christian side. So there's no pentatonic, a cappella with a beatbox and that deep bass for the Latin America Christian music. So and I grew up doing a cappellas and everything, which I love. So those are the two projects that I have right now in the future.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Wait, you said an EP. Can you describe, does everybody in this class know what an EP is? Can you describe what it is?
Yeah. So, guys, that pretty much if you go and listen like some artists, I don't know, maybe Kanye West, the guy has like, I don't know,
Hopefully
like
not.
27 songs, like in their albums. So EP is a extended play, which is like a smaller kind of like length of the album. It's around 3 and 7 songs, or 6, 7 songs. That's an EP. If you go to 8, 9, and so on, you're gonna have a long play, an
Oh.
LP. So that's a different. I'm doing an EP because it's shorter. You can put more energy because you have less songs. And right now, if you guys know, I don't know if you remember that song Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. So that song, for instance, it's just one song, right? Right now, the whole music industry is just listen or the artists are like releasing just one song by one song. It's not like before they launched the whole album. Some artists do that, but right now, like the most of the artists, they launch just one song by one because people get bored like so easy to hear songs. So it's better for them just release one song, wait a couple of weeks, release another song, and so on. So pretty much I will do that.
Wow. That is true. Yeah, I know this. With all the social media, I was fun. It's like, oh, you gotta be entertained. What we are doing, like, obviously, we're doing a lot of videos for this project, and I already told them that you do this every week. Everything that I've asked them for, which is a
Yes.
significant list over the month, they've been sending in, and you've been doing this every single week since the COVID-19 thing started. Do you have any advice? Because I still have people who are sending me videos
Mm-hmm.
on time. And do you have any advice for like the challenges that come with making videos, and of course recording? We're doing it on voice memos and whatnot. And any advice?
I mean, the advice is just enjoy the process. I mean, you guys are right now like filming videos, right? If you thought about that, like if you were thinking of you like 4 months ago, you never think that you're gonna be filming videos or like having so much Zoom meetings or Skype meetings or whatever. So I learned so much of this process. Right now, I'm working around 100 videos each week, editing
Wow.
100 videos each week, and I never thought about that. I will be doing that every week. But they give me so much skills. At the beginning, I will not lie, I was so bummed. Like, oh my gosh, how do this? This is a huge process.
Wow.
But I right now I'm kind of like an expert in Premiere and video editing. So I added, to my music side, the video editing side. So first of all, just enjoy the process because I know, you're learning a lot in this process. And the second thing is submit your videos on time because there's a huge and massive process, and if everything is going wrong, it's going to fall under the guys who are doing the final job, which is the editing. So you are learning skills, you're like improving skills in the video filming thing, but also you're learning a lot about processes. Life is about processes. If you want to go to the college, you need to have a process to go there. Same with the video. I'm learning so much about processes. I'm learning so much about skills. If I don't know how to do something, I need to go to YouTube and like find it. I mean, it's so awesome. At the beginning, I was struggling, but right now I'm enjoying a lot the learning kind of side. Yeah.
Well, what's your prediction? I guess because with all the COVID night, like I think it's going to be going more video oriented. Sorry, Emma's chatting.
Yeah.
But with all the COVID stuff, and I've been seeing, and of course I've been telling the kids and whatnot, like as far as auditions for shows and also obviously for EPs and other things. Like, do you think video and recording and all of like kind of the stuff that we're doing for this project is the future?
Oh yeah. How many of you guys are using TikTok? I want to see the hands. Not TikTok?
They're a
God
little young.
bless.
I keep on telling them to not get on it if they're, or
Okay.
maybe their parents, if their parents are on TikTok.
Or maybe, I don't know if you have Instagram, right? If I go to Instagram, if I see a picture, I will scroll down. I want to see a video. So it's more excited, right? So same thing with the after the COVID-19 thing. We're not gonna back to normal. So the video, the entertainment, the creativity in that side is gonna be the future. So I think yeah, actually our church, which is a huge church, is thinking to continue, even if we come back to normal and go to church and we are like attending services and doing worship together, we're going to keep doing videos because we reach out so many people from all around the world with videos that never before. So I think one advice is going to be, yeah, just pay attention to how the world is moving and when we are going, and for sure it's going to be connecting our lives through technology and make ourselves available for videos, for connect with people through social media. It is what it is.
Yeah. This even goes for like, he's on the like more of the recording side and not just like musical theater, because I know we were going to do Fame Junior before I got COVID canceled. That's what I've been seeing as well, like on the, like it's all auditions are online. You follow your favorite casting directors online, you follow their Twitter, you follow their Instagram, you follow, like that's how you get seen and get
Mhm.
you know, you got to have all these videos, which has been it's an interesting process. But before I open it up for questions, so everybody who's not on their video, and we're going to raise our hands for questions, please, and then I will call, and then you can unmute your microphone and whatnot. Any advice or anything that you wish you would have known when you were these kids' age? Obviously not my age. I'm old. Oh my goodness. But, any advice or any, like, what's the main thing you've learned over your extensive career in the industry?
Yeah. So you guys ready for this one? This is a huge advice. Okay.
Better get my pen.
So I'm 35 years old, right? I look young, but I'm not young, that young. So you are the next generation. You are the next voice. You are the next face. Um, you are the next revolution. And what I saw in the past, that people get tired about fake. We're going towards a more honest and sincere society, word, and also it's gonna affect to the artist side, to the music side, to the actors, like all different kind of like, yeah, creative kind of side. So if you do something, just be honest. What you are doing has to be honest, has to be from the heart, authentic. That's the word, authenticity. So and and that's something that don't, if you want to try to get a smile to everyone, you will get so frustrated. So in my example, I do music for God. I do music, I do worship just for one people, and that's God. If I got God's approval, that's gonna be enough, because I know if I'm able to get a smile from God, you know what I mean? Everyone is gonna love it. And those who are not loving it, I don't care about those. So the worst error or mistake that artists trying to do is like get everyone on the same kind of like agreement with them. Not everyone is gonna love your music, and that's fine because God created us different, and that's perfect. Not everyone loves, I don't know, let's say Charlie Puth. I love Charlie. The guy is a genius. who else like him, like perfect pitch, piano, drums. But no, none of people like love him. So that's normal. That's fine. His music, perfect, great music. Not about. I don't know about the lyrics though, but musically, it's perfect. But and that's fine. So that's fine. A lot of people loved our group, but a lot of people hated our group. So that's fine. So the advice that I want to give you is just be honest, be authentic. Not of people are gonna love what you do. That's fine, but if you can get um, if you can be focusing in your gap, in your target, that is gonna give you success in what you're doing. That's the key. So, for instance, what Danielle is doing is fantastic. She's creating something so awesome with all of you guys right now. But I know there's a gap, there's a target, there's some kind of a group that's gonna love that, right? There's another group that is focusing on the thing, and it's fine, right? So, all that to say, be authentic with what you do. Don't worry about the critics because they're gonna come, and just focus on your target. If you're pursuing a music career or a kind of like creative career, pursue your target. Don't worry. Don't look at your sides. Just that. Does that make sense?
That
Yeah.
makes sense. I like that a lot. Be authentic. So, does anybody have any questions for Andreas? And thank you so much for chatting with us today, Andreas.
I do.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead,
Um,
Prospect.
So, like, I know you said that you got into music later in life, but was it ever, did it ever cross your mind that you could be doing music in the future when you were little?
Never. 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 I never thought that I will be able to sing a one note. I never sang till I was 16 years old.
Amira, what's your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever have to get like a degree to do the things you're doing now?
That's a great question, and I'm so ashamed to answer that question because I studied to be a music producer, but that wasn't kind of like a theory kind of thing of the music. That was more like technical side, how to record or how to mix a song, but I never studied how to arrange a song. I never studied how to sing. I never studied how to read music. Never. I just learned it like by myself. Yeah.
Through real world experience.
Yeah.
On the job learning.
Yeah, and I mean that's for one side is good, because I never had that pressure to, oh, you need to learn, you need to have A plus always, I was like, no, I want to learn. What I did was I paid myself, through like working myself, like with my job, I paid to have like personal classes with some particular guys. They're like super good in music production. But I really learned from tutorials. You guys are gonna laugh, but yeah, YouTube. YouTube. One of the things that I have, I'm kind of like a obsessive with things. So I was hearing a lot of like Boys to Men, for instance, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Pentatonics, and I was hearing patterns like they did always like kind of like patterns. If you hear Backstreet Boys, for instance, if you hear and listen their music, you will hear that some kind of like things are repeating in all the albums. Same with vocals. So I was learning more of the observation than the theory of music. Yeah.
Any other questions? That's pretty
Oh.
pretty sage advice right there. Sierra, you got a question?
Yeah, what's-
Sierra and then Gabrielle, okay?
What's your favorite song from Pentatonics? because I like them too.
Oh my gosh, that's a hard one. Oh wow. I would say the obvious answer, which is Hallelujah. You know, every time that I hear that song, it's like it makes me cry like a kid. I don't know why, but that's like top one. But if I need to choose for the musicality, what they did with I went one time to hear a live concert, and they did the Queen song, which is that famous song from Queen.
Uh,
Oh, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. That one.
oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
That one. They performed that song. I was like in shock. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Those two are my favorite ones for sure.
Nice, good answer. I like those. Oh my gosh, good choices. Good choices. Gabrielle, do you have a question?
So, hi, I'm Gabrielle.
Hey.
And if you guys don't mind me asking, how do you two know each other?
Oh, via my husband, via church.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Cesar is Danielle's husband, and he is our tech director, which is the guy who is in charge of the whole like audio technique, like lights, audio, video, everything for our church. So the guy is like my favorite ever guy. The guy is so
That's-
funny.
That's literally what he
he's a great
said
guy.
when we decided, or when Caesar said yes to the job. Andres was like, Danielle, we love Caesar. And I
And
was
Cesar
like,
told me, so I have my wife, and she is singer, and so he showed me a video. I was like, what? What was that? So is she human or what? So yeah, and that was I think one had this song from Lady Gaga. So you performed that song. That one. That
Yeah.
one was.
that was the
And
one. That was the one
that's-
that's called.
That was the story.
Oh my goodness. But yeah.
Yeah.
And no, I do not mind you asking, Gabrielle.
And now we hate each other, but that's fine. Just
That's right. We were friends, and now clearly,
now.
there's no friendship there. Okay, if there's no other questions, yeah, everybody since everybody's on mute, can you unmute your mics and say thank you, Andres? Thank you for being here. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
That was some really good advice. But thank you so much for being on, and thank you so much for talking
Thank you
with us.
guys. Thank you.
Appreciate
And
it.
if you have like social media, and if you just thought of some questions or whatever, you just can text me or send me a private message through social media. My Instagram is an music official. An music official. The letter an music official.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a pleasure to answer any kind of questions that you have. I'm just supporting you guys, praying for you, and yeah.
He'll be watching
Okay.
on Friday. He'll be watching, or Friday or
Yes.
Saturday, one of those there.
Excited. It's gonna
But
be
yeah.
awesome.
Follow him on Instagram. He's got some music videos as well.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Thank you
Bye,
guys.
Andres. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
Have a great
Thank you.
day. Love y'all.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye bye.
Thank you.